Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm JD, and today we're back in my single player world. And today, well, I was planning on doing a little building, but I got to thinking about what is the story of this world? Like, what is the purpose? What is going on? What's the Nether? What's the end? Well, let's talk a bit about the lore of this world, and we're going to examine a few different things that I have found around here as well. And, developing lore for a Minecraft world can be a bit difficult, but there are some things that can help out. Of course, we have the Nether, the end, and sometimes very strange landscapes. Now, this world is separated into several different kingdoms. Not just several, but many, many kingdoms, or nations, I guess. The center of this nation is at that mountain. That is where the fortress, or I guess it's kind of like a castle, is going to go. And it is going to be massive. It's going to contain some very important buildings as well. But going on to this village here, it's not a big one. It doesn't seem very significant, but there are a couple of very important factors here. Number one is this. This Nether portal goes directly to a fortress in the Nether, which is very big. This is a very important Nether portal. Now, Nether portals in this world are also in temples. As you see, the Nether is part of this world's main religion. So any artifacts, anything from the Nether is considered to be very sacred. It's also part of the basis of the magic system. Now, this village is also a stonemason's village, and it does have a name now. I will let you know. It is called Stoneborn, which makes a lot of sense. A lot of stone comes from here. And the people, I guess, are kind of stoneborn. But this is the biggest stone mine or stone quarry in this kingdom. So down here, this thing is going to be massive. I've been digging this out in streams, so it's going to go all the way down to Bedrock. We're down around level 27, I believe. So yeah, we still have a ways to go. Now, this world is going to be filled with incredible architecture. Like, come on. Huge buildings. This village is not one of them. This village has some pretty small stuff, but I mentioned magic as well. My most recent build over here is this water pump for the irrigation system. This uses magic. That's what the green stained glass window is for. That contains magic and pumps the water up into this tank. That is one thing about this world. There is a lot of, I guess you can say, anti-gravity magic. And in some places you will see floating rocks in the sky. Those are areas of high magic concentration. And there will be things that will be built around those areas. Now, it's about to be nighttime, and, well, the nighttime is another thing. This is when the evil comes out. The bad people. I guess you could say. Of course, there's husks, zombies, skeletons, and creepers, and so on. These are all products of the corruption in this world, which is brought about by the end. Now, the end is the evil dimension. The Nether, I wouldn't say it's evil or good. It's going to be neutral. It is a source of the magic in this world, or one of the sources. But when we have things at night coming out, well, those are, of course, a product of the corruption in the end. But we don't know how to get there yet. The Enderman, though, that is the worst. The Endermen are the ones that we want to watch out for. They are also the ones we want to go after. They are the agents of the end, because they are the Endermen, of course. Now, each village has its own purpose. Of course, the one that I'm starting in back there is stonemasons. So there's a lot of stone. Now this one, which is fairly close by, as you can see, it does have some agriculture going on in here. And it does have some land over here that can be cultivated. So this may be an agricultural village, but that's to be determined. Depends on what happens when I come in here and take a look. It does have 3 towers, which is quite interesting. It is also along a river. Now, my starter village is also on a river, but look at this. Horses, sheep. This could be a village for agriculture, but it's also by the ocean. And yeah, it looks very nice village to be in. But each village will have its own nether portal. And one of the purposes right now, the war is against everything that has to do with the end. The goal is to go to the end and kill the dragon, which unfortunately will come alive occasionally. So each village needs to be protected. That's why I'm working on the first village right now. I am building up a sort of protection. It's terraced. Now this one will be a little more difficult because it's right at the ocean, kind of. Pretty close to it. But it's also near, somewhat near the mountain. It's right over there. Now there's some other aspects here. Something really important, something that looks a little unusual. There are a lot of icebergs that are situated in these regions, which are hot climate. So why do we have these icebergs? Again, these are areas of magic. So something happened to cause a cold area over there. Now, there are some other things that are very interesting around here. We do have sunken ships. We will have some ships being built, of course. And probably... Oh, this is interesting. We have a lot of ravines. That is one thing. There has been a fracturing of the lands. A lot of ravines, a lot of holes opened up. And these are areas where the dark beings can live even during the daytime. And there are some areas, like especially in shattered savanna biomes, where there's one that I went exploring and I found an amazing place that has this ravine and it almost looks like a mountain that's been blown up. That is a place of strong magic corruption. Over there is a mushroom island. Now this is a source of very good magic, and we will be using that. We're going to be making, yes, a magical mushroom village. And then we have, let me just get over here and try not to fall in. This is part of the ravine, yes. So we have some desert temples and jungle temples. I haven't found a jungle temple yet, but desert temples and jungle temples are part of a long forgotten civilization that does not exist anymore. And those, I am going to develop a history for those, which I have not done yet. But those will be playing an important role, I believe. So as you can see, this village is filled with farmers. So yeah, I believe this is going to be a farming village. Definitely. Oh, there's a baby. Nice. Well, lots of babies in this one. Now, I have found an ocean monument. Ocean monuments are going to be the remnants of an ancient underwater civilization, and you better believe I'm going to be building some underwater settlements. Okay, and then the pillagers. The pillagers, I need to get them away from the village. They do not need to be at the village. Okay, this is something that's kind of important. I need to make sure that they do not kill villagers. And I don't need bad omen. Okay, well, we're going to have a little bit of excitement in this episode. So, how many of you are there? Just 3. Okay, I can get you. Ow. Ow. Okay, come on. Yes. Well, that was easy. Oh, and as I mentioned before, you see there's some floating sand. It's a little bit of magic there. Yeah. So there are no more, right? Okay, good. I took care of that patrol. Yeah, we don't need those going around. It's been a while since I've seen one, actually. Now, as I mentioned, ocean monuments. I'm going back the wrong way. I'm slightly lost. I am going very wrong way. Ocean monuments. Now, those are important locations where we will be, of course, fighting the guardians, the elder guardians. I will definitely be making a lot of things like farms in this world as well. That is another thing. With this world, I want to make sure all the farms are built so that they do not look like they are farms. Like, for example, I have a plan in a fairly soon. In this village, I'm going to be making a farm for sugarcane. Now, there's an area where there's a lot of sugarcane growing. I'm going to make those like a sugarcane plantation, I guess. And then there will be a building which is going to act as the paper mill of this village. And the paper mill will have automated sugarcane farms inside it. So I'll be right over here. And yeah. Now, I have mentioned that I've found, and you have seen as well, there are a bunch of abandoned villages without any villagers. They don't even have cobwebs. These villages will be repopulated. I plan on making villager breeders and repopulating these villages. They will not remain empty. However, villages that have a lot of... there's one somewhere in that direction. Actually, there's one in that direction, too. There are villages with cobwebs and zombies and all that stuff. Those ones are villages that have been affected by the end magic. And they will be... I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do with them in the future. I may leave them be or make them even look more dilapidated? That's a possibility. This may be a single-player world, but I'm not truly alone in this world. You see, there are certain people, they are considered heroes in this world, and they are mainly patrons and also subscribers on Twitch. So I haven't built it yet, but back in that mountain over there, there's going to be a Hall of Heroes. Now, any I guess subscribers on Twitch will be getting a at least tier 1 subscribers will be getting leather armor stand. Tier 2 will probably be getting iron. Tier 3 gold, and there's also going to be diamond, but that requires patronage on Patreon. Now, if you are a patron, there is something extra. Here, one of my patrons, actually my only patron at the moment, she's a gold level patron. Because she's a gold level patron, she is going to be getting a house, which I will be building right in here. She chose this spot. It's going to be a nice country, I guess, country home. There's a village right over there, which is nice and convenient. And she will also be getting a gold armor stand in the Hall of Heroes in there. The Hall of Heroes is going to be beautifully decorated. The patron levels, they of course differ, depends on what you are. Gold level, you get a house that is built in your name. Your name will be on the house, and it will be built to your specifications. So you get to choose the design. Also, other levels, you can check my Patreon page and check what the tiers are and see what that involves. Some you will be able to get the naming rights to businesses or shops. And also, well, you get, I believe, you get to choose what shop it is too. But you also, even higher, you get to have a much bigger build built in your honor, like a monument or something. Lower level tiers, you don't have anything built for you except for the armor stand, but all patrons also get a degree of control over what I do in this world. So they are my, I guess you can say, my inner council. If I have some ideas I want to bounce off of people, I ask them. So patrons definitely do have a say because they are the heroes of this world. And they are, I guess, kind of in a way, a bit of the government. Oh, and there's a creeper. I don't want to make a hole in the ground, but whatever. There we go. Now, once we do get to the end, and we beat the dragon, and we get some elytra, that's going to change things so much. This whole world's going to open up a huge amount. And flight is an interesting aspect of this world. Like I mentioned, floating blocks, that has to do with high concentration of magic. But also, there will be, and actually there will be, it's on the other side of that hill. There will be a mooring post, docking thing. Yeah, there we go, over there. There's going to be airships. And not the kinds that you'd think, like a Zeppelin or a blimp. No, these ones are going to be not even like the ones you imagine in like steampunk. Not at all. This is not a steampunk world. This is a fantasy world. And those airships are going to be very interesting and challenging to build. Those ones I'd probably be building on streams because they would take a long time. Now, is there anything I'm missing in this world? Yes, of course. The Nether update. That's going to change a lot about what goes on in the Nether. There will be a lot of trading. Gold becomes valuable. Netherite. And the piglins. Yeah, the piglins will be very interesting for this. They will be, in some ways, a trading partner, but also someone to worry about. They're very territorial. They don't like people who don't wear iron. Not iron, gold. Now, let's get back down to something a little more closer to home. So, let me just finish eating. Sorry. So, each village is going to be developed in a way that I would hope looks organic. Now, this area, I'm going to be building some buildings. Nothing too big. But also a lot of greenery. I want this village to look beautiful. This is going to be an oasis, which is going to look nice. We'll have the sugarcane farm over here. We're going to have docks over here. I'm going to put little skiffs on the river, which will be interesting. No big boats because it's a small river. Obviously. And I do plan on creating banners for each village. I don't have a loom yet. I don't really have any wool either. I think one thing I need to do is back over at that village over there. You can't really see it very well here. You can see one of the towers right there. At that village, like I said, it's going to be a farming village. We're going to be getting a lot of our leather, beef, wool, and things like that from over there. So I will have quite large livestock farms. Yeah. And as for other things like mob farm, there's going to be one in there. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be entirely within the mountain, so I don't have to see it. And whenever I find things like skeleton spawners, zombie spawners, and so on, I will make farms for those as well. Now, am I going to make an iron farm? Probably. And the iron farm is going to be in a massive building. It is not going to be in something that's... It's not going to look like a great big thing just sitting there. You know, I want it to be... I want it to look good. Yeah, I know. You're following me around because I'm carrying a carrot. Jeez. Rabbits. Just watch. These things are suicidal. As for zombie pigmen, I have one up there. They're okay. They're fine. I don't mind them. I hope their behavior isn't being changed like when they become zombie piglins. Because piglins are aggressive. Yeah. Now there are some things like this is a really, really crappy tree farm I've got going, but I will do something. I'll make something of that land. There is, of course, going to be a bridge going across the river here. There is a village over there. There's going to be a road going there. All of the villages and towns and cities are going to be connected by roads. In the Nether, I will be connecting everything up in a kind of Nether hub, but there will not be a Nether hub way up at the top near Bedrock. No tunnels. I want this to be one where you can walk through and see everything around you. I want it to be visually interesting. And I'm not working on it until the Nether update. Because I don't want... well, I do have a fortress in there. I don't want to reset the Nether, but I want to keep that fortress. So, that I think is about it. There may be some other things like other kingdoms. I have to figure out boundaries. I will be doing maps. Like I'd like to do a map of this village. I should say that there is a cartography table in here. Ah, of course. I sealed this off because there was a cartographer in here. But guess what? Due to a bug in Bedrock, it disappeared. Yeah, unfortunately. So yeah, I will map the areas. I'll put up maps in each location. And I think this is going to be a lot of fun. This world is going to be incredible. And I plan on working on it for a very long time. Now, if you have any interesting ideas about what I could do for lore or a background story, let me know in the comment section below. I may take those into consideration. Also, if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. And if you are interested in seeing how this world is going to develop, and I do plan on having big cities and towns. This village is small. And I hope to get this village finished by episode 25, but we will see. I'm kind of hoping it is. Anyways, let me know what you think, and if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're interested in seeing some more, and I'm pretty sure I'm repeating myself, then please consider subscribing. So we'll see you next time.